time for another edition of WZR Radio at WZROnline.com. I'm Ryan Clark. This is Matt Boone. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours. Talking pro wrestling, Monday Night Raw from last night. A lot of big news today. Sting, WWE. Ricardo Rodriguez suspended from WWE. We're going to be talking about that and all the news over the past week. Matt Osborne, Doink the Clown, passed away, so we need to address that. And it's been quite a busy week. July 2nd, brand new month. Matty Boone, it's cracking, buddy.
If you want to see me open a big fat can of whoop ass on Ryan Clark, give me a hey now.
What's up, buddy?
What's up with the Stone Cold Steve Austin intro? You were all in the whole thing.
No, I figure, every week, we come on here and we don't have like an opening theme, so we just open it up with whoever's, popular at the moment, and nothing really happened on Raw last night. It wasn't a big Raw or anything like that, so I figured, why not? We'll just go with Steve Austin. Oh, hell yeah, right?
Family, do they even have a theme song yet? Like, I know they have a vignette, but is there an actual... I've never paid attention because they're so visually attention-grabbing. I don't really pay attention to the audio so much, except for, like, what they say. Do they have music?
Yeah, it's, what is it? There's a theme song that plays in the background. I'm not sure if it's gonna be, their official theme song. Here, I'll play it. It's, listen in the background here.
Okay.
Come out, wherever you are. A wolf will never lose sleep, worrying about the feelings of sheep.
It's like a country.
That would be kind of badass. And what man, you really dropped the ball there. Can I just say that right here at the beginning of the show?
What are you talking about?
I said, what does that sound like? I set you up brilliantly, and I was already, and I literally was sitting here paying attention, listening closely, because, sometimes I have trouble hearing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear the theme song. You could have fucking played My Little Freestyle or fucking Crickets or Unbelievable. You could have played any kind of drop you wanted and done a big fuck you right there. And instead, you just played the theme song. You just dropped it right at the beginning of the show. What a a swing and a miss.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly.
There you go. I don't know. It's kind of like it's like a country type theme song. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
It's different.
Yeah, dude, it's been. Today for a Tuesday has been kind of quiet. Besides.
Slow. Yesterday was kind of slow too.
Dude, I was on public transportation all day today, man. I was on CDTA, Capital District Transportation Authority or something like that. I'm riding buses around. I'm taking cabs around, dude. I had to mail out some T-shirts to people. I had to go to the post office. I don't have a car.
Oh, bullshit.
I'm serious, man. I did. There was one guy
Everybody's buying it. You shouldn't be selling it.
To be honest with you, somebody, he asked live on the Rapid Fire last week. He said, "Where's my T-shirt?" I sent money back in April. I sent a T-shirt out to New York City for him, and he said that he never got it. He never received it, but I did send it out. I went back. I checked the records. I did send it out. It never came to him, and the dude paid money. He sent me money. So if he didn't get his T-shirt, or says he didn't get his T-shirt, I got to take his word for it. And he's been begging me about it. So I got to. I sent him another one. You know what I mean, dude? You got to take care of him.
Pardon me while I take a bite of a monster-sized Tabasco Slim Jim.
Yeah, so you're still,
you don't sell any T-shirts, so go ahead.
I haven't sold any T-shirts over the past week since I did that big plug last week. You know what I mean?
25.
So is it hot down in Florida? What's the temperature down there today?
Oh, 93 or 97.
Yeah,
99.9.
99.9, 93, 97, somewhere around there. Yeah, pretty hot down there, huh?
Around there, those three. Yeah,
it's pretty hot. I heard it's pretty hot in Florida. I think it was. I don't know, 89.2, 89.7, I think. It's something like that, you know?
89.2, 89.7 around there?
Yeah. Not bad.
Man, it's good as shit. I should have ate this before we started.
Yeah, you couldn't have ate before we came on air? You gotta do it live?
I'm still hungry.
Yeah?
So I was sitting there unfinished and I said, you know what? I want a bite of that.
You put on some weight? You get fat?
I'm thinking about it.
Are you getting a little fat?
No, I'm not getting fat, but I'm thinking about, do I give a fuck? Because food's good.
The food is pretty good, especially if it's a Slim Jim, you know?
Yeah.
I had let me tell you something, man. I had a cheeseburger, right? I did the same thing last night during Raw, right? I heated up a cheeseburger, and you got to put mayonnaise.
You got to put it in perspective, man. What kind of cheeseburger? Fast food, homemade?
No, to be honest with you, and it's going to sound disgusting, but pretty much every day I go down there, and at Stewart's they make chicken sandwiches, and they make cheeseburgers and everything. I'm telling you, for a fast food, it's not a fast food joint. And are you going to say, oh, dude, you're getting it from a fucking gas station, dude? You're getting a cheeseburger from a... Listen, go into Stewart's and get one of their chicken sandwiches and then cheeseburgers, then come talk to me. It's dank. It's good. It's amazing. Trust me.
They're the cheap ones, aren't they?
It's about $1.99. It's not bad.
Man.
The chicken sandwich is $3.99.
Back when I lived with you the second time, which was about, shit, even that was almost 10 years ago now, wasn't it? Isn't that crazy? I think it was about 10 years ago. Every fucking day, my man would get 2 plain double cheeseburgers or something like that off the dollar menu at McDonald's. That would be or actually you get like 3 or 4 of them, and you'd eat them throughout the day. Like you'd only eat two a day, but you'd have them there just in case you got extra hungry or something. That would be your only food. You wouldn't eat none. You wouldn't spend no extra money on food, no indulging, no nothing. Fucking awesome with money. Very,
you know, I got in my car one time during
and also, real quick, but you would also get the $2 bag of Muncho chips because they were the cheap fucking chips too.
Well, this
and
is what
would be your snack.
This is
motherfucker in the world.
This
Mick Foley or something.
This is my new thing, dude. I get the cheeseburger and then I come home. You got to put mayonnaise on your cheeseburger, right? Mayonnaise. You do, dude. You got to put mayonnaise on your cheeseburger. Any type of hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever. You got to put mayonnaise on it, right? So I go and I get the cheeseburger. I put the mayo on it. You throw a little ketchup on top of that. So you got. You shut up. I got the mayo and I got the ketchup on there. And then I still. All right, but anyway, so I'm still good. So anyway, I buy a 99-cent bag of Doritos too, right? Same thing, the Munchos. You know, I used to get the Munchos. So I take the Doritos. So after you've got the mayonnaise and you've got the ketchup on it, you take the top, you cook it, you put it in the oven because you can't microwave it. It tastes like shit out of the microwave, you know. So you put it in the oven, bake it at 325, 350, and then after it's all cooked, you take off you cut the top off. And you've got the mayo and the ketchup. You cook it with the mayo and the ketchup on there, and then you pack it with Doritos, and you crush it down. So you've got the cheeseburger, mayo, ketchup, and Doritos on top. Oh, it's the best thing in the world, bro. It's beautiful, bro. You should try it.
It's a piece of shit microwavable fucking pre-cooked cheeseburger from a gas station.
I just got done talking about the microwave. I said it tastes like shit if you put it in the microwave. You got to put it in the oven. No microwave.
You put it in the oven with the chips on it.
I'm telling you, it's delicious. You gotta try it.
I'll kick that sandwich's ass in 2 seconds.
Oh, jeez. You kick everybody's ass in 2 seconds.
Make a better sandwich in 2 seconds.
You can't cook better than me, dude. I cook better steaks than you. I'm a better person than you.
No, you don't cook better steaks than me. That's
stop, dude.
Bullshit.
Get out of here, dude. I cook a steak better than you. Come on, bro. Come on, really?
I'm the greatest steak cooker of all time.
Yeah? You wouldn't even know what to... I would put you in front of a grill outside, dude. You would have no idea. You cook a steak on the oven. That's number one, dude. You cook a steak on the oven, dude. That's pathetic, dude. If you're going to cook a steak, you go outside on the grill. You cook it up on the grill.
On an oven. I cook it on a stove.
On a stove? That's even worse, dude. You should put it inside the oven, dude. You cook it on a stove and a frying pan? A steak on a frying pan? Bro, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude. That's what I'm talking about, Rygal. Men grill, right? Put it on the grill. Get outside.
Motherfucker,
go buy yourself a grill.
What if you don't play grill? What if it's raining?
You go stay. The rain's not gonna kill you, dude. You go out in the fucking rain and you grill. What if
it's raining too hard for the fire to keep going?
You bring an umbrella, and not only
What if it's raining so hard it forces me to say unbelievable and I can't grill?
Listen, you can go out there.
Where was the drop?
I tried to find it, dude. That was the delay. That was I know. That was the no sell. I couldn't find it. But anyways, but you go out there with an umbrella. Not only that, but no rain is gonna put out a grill. The coals get hot enough where a little bit of rain's not gonna bother you unless it's really pouring. You know what I mean? All right, so let me talk about what we're gonna do tonight, and it's pretty much the same thing we do every week, right? We're into July now, July 2nd. Before I forget, happy 4th of July to everybody in the United States. Obviously, it's a American holiday.
Oh, is that Jeopardy?
No, I'm playing, but I'm listening. I had to do it.
What was it? Was it Jeopardy?
It was Jeopardy, dude. But I got it out of the. I got it out of the way. It's done. It's out of the way, and I went to it. It was good. So seriously though, it was a real tornado.
You got me, you son of a.
I know.
There was a real tornado last week, and so it wasn't no joke. It was pretty impressive.
Really? No shit, dude. See, we don't get tornadoes that often up here, man. I mean, every once in a while. We had a few weeks ago, but I know you guys get them all the time down there, so it's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, I'll kick your ass like a blonde-haired white bitch playing Serena in Wimbledon.
Serena got eliminated yesterday. Did you see that?
Upset.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They're about to do that big documentary on her too right now. It's just terrible timing for her.
Yeah, what are you on a cell phone or a regular phone tonight? You sound low. Yeah, you sound low. Can you turn the volume up or something? Yeah.
The volume's up. Maybe I should turn the volume down.
No, don't.
Feedback or something. Does it sound better now?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's not bad.
Okay, maybe that was it.
There you go. And then one other story that I got to talk about. I don't know if you've heard this, but there's some fires out west. They have them every summer, and
where?
Oh God, I don't.
Like far west, California, or?
Yeah, Idaho and California, Colorado, Arizona.
Oh, okay, got it. Those 2 seconds.
Arizona, right? Basically, I mean, listen, on a more serious note, dude, there's a nasty fire out there, and just a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, basically these guys go out, and in Arizona right now, I mean, it's like 110, 120 degrees out there, and they have the guys go out, and basically these guys were the elitist of the elite firefighters, and they went on the front lines of a forest fire. There was a group of 19 of them, and they basically what they do is they go right to the front line and they try to form a wall where they can put down some stuff and dig trenches and things like that to try to stop the fire. They were all trapped and could not get out. All 19 of them wound up passing away, dude. The fire just, it was too much. Their escape route was blocked off. And then, a photo came out, that they took a week or two ago, right before they went to go fight the fire. All these guys, man, I mean, our age, 20, 30s, they've all got families and everything else. All 19 of them, man, wound up passing away. And just think, man, I mean, the final moments, man, where our escape route is blocked and we are fucked. We are fucked. And then, they burn to death. It's just terrible to even think about. So, rest in peace to all those guys, man. And not only that, but firefighters, man, they don't get paid a lot of money. Number one, you know what I mean? It's a really low paying job. They're out there 110, 120 degree heat, and it's just a sad story. So,
like glamorous work, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. They're definitely heroes, like you guys say in the chat room. All right, now to some wrestling news. My boy Shad Gaspard, right? I get a text last night. Jose Canseco out on Twitter calling him out, bro, saying, "Let's do it, man. You want to fight? You want to do MMA? You want to do boxing? Let's fight."
Cool. I think it was Pride. Maybe it was K1. I think it was Pride, where Jose Canseco fought Hongman Choi in Japan, this big 7-foot fucking Japanese guy.
Yeah. And
he wore the big black sweatpants, and he was trying to it was the most horrendous thing ever. He claimed to be like a Taekwondo expert or something. He was supposed to be a badass.
Yeah.
He fought like the biggest pussy you've ever seen, and got his ass whooped. So.
Yo. Shad Gaspard and JTG. It's prime time.
Well, which one, you talked it over. Brooklyn. Yo, which one was, because I remember we interviewed one of them, and the other one's the one you talked to a lot off there. Which one was the bodyguard for Britney Spears and all those people.
Shad.
P. Diddy. That was Shad Gaspard, and that's the one that he's challenging?
Yeah, that's who Jose Canseco was challenging him to a fight.
Maybe he's a badass Shad Gaspard. Maybe he's like a legit fighter.
You know that Jose Canseco's, I mean, he's done MMA fights, he's doing the celebrity boxing thing, you know what I mean? And Shad Gaspard right now is out in Hollywood basically making movies, you know, not mainstream movies. I mean, sometimes he's got a small role in a mainstream movie, something like that, but he is making movies. Some of them are straight to DVD, others are, you know, in movie theaters. But I guess he was on set, is what he was telling me. He was on set with Jose Canseco's girlfriend, who also had a role in the film. They wound up meeting, and the girlfriend went back to Jose Canseco and said, hey, man, you know, this Shad Gaspard guy, you should set it up. You guys should do an MMA or boxing fight. They wound up, you know, Jose Canseco sent him a text message and said, you know...
I did something along the lines of, yo, I'll kick your ass in 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you think, dude? Jose Canseco against Shad Gaspard. I'm telling you, Shad would kill him, bro. Shad would murk him.
That's what I said. I don't know, because Jose Canseco looked like a pussy, but he's just a big tough guy. He's not a good, skilled fighter or anything. He's a big, tough guy. Gaspard used to be a bodyguard.
Yeah.
And
Shad
I
would
believe
kill
he
him.
even did some MMA. If not training, he may have even fought.
Yeah. Jose...
amateur or professional. But either way, he's definitely a big, tough guy. So it'd be two big, tough guys. Shad's younger. He's more athletic, probably. He's more an athletic prime, I would say.
Yeah.
And stronger. Yeah, probably Shad.
Jose's broke anyway. We're right on the chat. I mean, you're right, dude. I mean, the guy's been broke for years. Broke down. Yeah, beat up. He's playing baseball again for like a AAA team too. You know what I mean? He's trying
to. Shit though. Yeah, he would probably get his ass whooped.
He'd get him. Shad would destroy him. Shad's jacked, bro. I mean, he's put some new photos up on Twitter. He's jacked. And then. My other girl.
Wait him in 2 seconds.
All right, that's 3 times tonight, brother. That's 3. You're gonna wear it out. It's gonna get worn out. Yeah, but it's gonna get worn out. My other girl, not my girlfriend, Tammy Stitch. All right, Sonny.
You were talking about this earlier. You sound like such a naive little puppy dog.
Oh, stop it, dude. Listen, get the fuck out of here. I got the IM up, dude. I still got it saved from earlier. Get out of here, bro. I wasn't acting like a puppy dog.
What did I?
No, you didn't.
Embarrass you in front of your friends and your family.
What are you talking about? Listen.
Man, you're embarrassing me.
So
my girlfriend.
It's not my bro. Listen. So you put the phone up to your ass. And what the fuck?
You can tell that?
Alright, so listen. So yeah, we could hear it, bro. You put the fucking phone you put the phone up to your asshole, bro. You said, hold on, I gotta fart.
Yeah, the disgust in your voice. Dude. As soon as I put the phone back to my ear, I hear a disgusted Ryan Clark say, he puts the phone up to his ass.
Jesus. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
All right, so Tammy, right? I get an email last night during Raw, and basically, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago on here that she was pissed off that there were some people. You guys know she had cancer, right? And she got pissed off that a bunch of fans were questioning whether she really had. Whoop! Here's a text message. Hold on a minute. Maybe it's her. Hold on a second.
I had a family member go through that. She had cancer and nobody believed her. Thought she was full of shit.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
It's she. Yeah, you think of it away. It must be aggravating, though.
All right. So, you know, she was kind of upset about it, and she said that she wanted to send her medical records to basically have me put up on the websites and prove to everybody that she did in fact have cancer. So, she is in the process of working on getting her medical papers from the doctor. But when she was in prison a couple of months ago, they diagnosed her there as well. There's a prison doctor, and she sent the medical records over. We put them up this morning. You put them up. I watermarked them and everything else. I sent them over to you. WZROnline.com/photos. It is the top post right now, but there is your proof right there that Sunny did in fact have cancer. She's cancer-free right now, but the medical documents, the medical records are up right now on WZROnline.com. She is also has a new boyfriend, which is good news. Let me get the name of him. I believe he's an indie wrestler. As for my personal life, I am dating a 22-year-old rising star by the name of David Starr. Feel free to post a photo of him. He's gorgeous. But since my last relationship, I'm taking this a lot slower and keeping control for once. LOL. So she's dating a what?
22 years old?
22. This dude's 22 that she's dating. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. She. What else is in the email?
Would you date a 22-year-old chick?
Of course, bro. She's younger. Who wouldn't date a younger chick?
I guess that's not. What about an 18-year-old?
An 18-year-old? Yeah, she's legal. Why
18?
not? She's legal, bro.
18-year-olds, some of them are. They seem too young, man. It's just weird.
No, 18's mature enough, bro. You look at it. This is gonna sound, God, like I'm a pedophile or something, but no, I'm just saying, when you're driving down the road, right, and it's happened to everybody. I don't care if you want to admit it or not.
Yeah. There's plenty of girls that you look at and you realize after the fact, oh shit, they were younger than I thought, and.
You're driving, let me tell you something. You're driving down the road, alright? And you see a girl about 100 feet up, right? And you see her from behind. You don't see her face, right? And you say, damn, look at that ass. Oh my God. And then you pull up alongside of her, and you pass her, and you look behind, and she's about 12 years old. And you're thinking, what the fuck? But it's happened to everybody.
Yeah, or
because
she has a hideous face. There's a number of things that can happen when you see the other side. It's
right, but
how half a fucking female can look.
It's happened to everybody. It's happened to everybody.
My whole point is, if you spend longer than a glance at an 18-year-old, there's some 18-year-olds that you would feel like a pedophile doing anything with it, because they're just so fucking immature, and you're like, wow, what a little kid. It is weird, man. I'm telling you, there is some of them. There's some, and they look good too, which is even weirder.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. It's happened to everybody, man. You drive down the road, you see them, then you wind up passing them, and you think, because these girls, man, they're like 10, 11, 12 years old, and they go out there wearing these tight ass jeans and the tank tops and everything else, man, dressing like a 20-year-old, and they're 12. You know what I mean? It's just the way that over the years, especially now that we're in 2013, these girls that are 12 years old wind up looking like they're 18. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy.
I'll dress better than them in 2 seconds.
Oh, geez, that's number 4 or 5 or something like that. So today, WWE.com announced that Ricardo Rodriguez suspended by WWE.
What do you think of that? He can't be steroids, as little as that fucker is. So
this is his first wellness policy violation, suspended at 30 days. They obviously knew about this last week, as they wrote him off SmackDown. So it was announced today on .com, but they did know about it last week, as they did that whole angle where, and then they announced last night on Raw that he suffered an injury, and then the official announcement came out today. I'll tell you this. I've looked at him on TV before. Everybody has. There are times where I've looked at him on TV and I said, man, he looks hot, man. He looks fucked up, And, it can't be weed, as weed is, a fine. What?
Before this wellness evaluation, listen to me. I was actually getting some Tabasco Slim Jim out of my toothbrush. Anyways, before this wellness evaluation, you really honestly looked at that little fucking puny motherfucker on the TV set and thought to yourself quietly, wow, he looks fucked up. Because I think I'm calling bullshit on that. You've never once thought to yourself, he looks fucked up.
I have seen him on TV. Rygow in the chat room. Yeah, he looks coked up. Flame style. Yeah, his eyes. WZR Rebel. He looks dazed.
Everybody can say that shit after the fact. You never.
Brother, when you look at him on TV, it's never came up. Nobody's ever asked, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's ever asked. You would never think to note, like, yo, look how fucked up Rodriguez looks when he's doing his thing every week.
Bro,
you would note.
Bro, I am telling you, he's looked fucked up. He's looked fucked up on TV.
Bro, I'm eating another bite of the Slim Jim.
All right, but I'm just saying he's looked messed up, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's painkillers or coke, as some people in the chat room are saying. I don't know what it is, but there's been times where you look at him on TV and you think, wow, his eyes are googly eyed. You know what I mean? He looked messed up, man. But nonetheless, he's suspended for 30 days. It's not pot. That would have been fine after fine after fine after fine. Plus, they wouldn't have came out and publicly suspended him and then did a big announcement.
That's a good slogan for WWE wrestlers. Pot's fine.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Come on, dude. Pot's going to be legal in the next 10 years, I would assume. I mean, some states have already legalized it for medical purposes, you know what I mean? But, and not only that, but, you know, a lot of states are making these laws where if you have under an ounce of pot, you know, it's only a misdemeanor or something like that. So, I think eventually, I mean, there's so much money to be made off marijuana, and it's no different than beer, in my opinion. I think if you're driving drunk versus driving, well, high on pot, I think you're safer. You shouldn't be doing either, but I think you're much more impaired by drinking alcohol than you are by marijuana. Well, that's just my opinion.
What you want to do is you get drunk and then you offset it by smoking some weed before you drive. You see. Yeah. Oh, you're not too drunk. You're a little sober.
Yeah. So do both, you better. All right, and then one thing we're gonna save for later. We got about a half an hour to run down Monday Night Raw here. In hour number 2, we're gonna come back from the break and Sting to WWE. This happens every single year. Is Sting gonna go to WWE when his TNA contract expires? This year, more than ever, I feel like we may see Sting in WWE. Make a debut in WWE. Never been in WWE, been in WCW before, but would make a WWE debut. And I'll tell you why I think this year there's more of a chance that it's going to happen than in past years where the same rumor comes up every single year. But there have been feelers sent out by Sting. No contracts or, you know, even talks as of right now, but I think I don't think Sting is going to wind up re-signing with TNA this year, and I think he's going to head to WWE. We'll talk about that in hour number 2. Is it going to be a full-time schedule? What's the plan? Who's he going to wrestle?
Immediately in my head, it makes me think of one point that's not really spoken a lot of. It's how much does legacy really matter? Because I'm a huge fan of Sting. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I was a huge fan of Sting growing up. And he's the only guy that's never gone to WWE, the only big-name guy that's never gone to WWE. And now it's like, how much do I care about legacy? Because it's like, you almost want to see him go out and retire being the only guy that never went to WWE and still had this huge name for himself. He didn't need Vince. He didn't need WWE. He didn't need New York to make a name. He made this giant international name, Sting, and he didn't need any of that shit to do it. No Vince, no WWE. But selfishly, I want to see a Sting run in WWE before it's too late, and so I don't give a shit about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Can you save that for hour number 2?
I don't want to save it for hour number 2. It's on my brain right now. I wouldn't remember all that bullshit.
What?
I said I wouldn't remember all that bullshit.
Damn.
Okay.
All that bullshit, I wouldn't remember it.
All right. We're gonna save it for hour number 2, man. We'll get into it.
Bring it back up and remind me.
Yeah, I'll bring it back up, no doubt. All right, so let's get the plugs out of the way, then we'll get into Monday Night Raw from last night. We've got about a half an hour, like I said, to talk about that. Come back, hour numero dos, talking Sting to WWE, doing your rapid-fire questions. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about Sting and Ricardo, and we're going to talk about Doink the Clown, Matt Osborne. A lot of you guys know him on the indie scene as Matt Bourne or Doink the Clown. He passed away over the past week. It doesn't look good. The autopsy's been completed, but I think, I don't want to speculate, but I think there's going to be some bad news.
Who the hell was it? I think it was... $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase we were interviewing. We were interviewing someone earlier on in WZR history, and they thought I was Matt Bourne. Because we were trying to get them to do IDs.
Yeah.
We were trying to get them to do IDs after the interview, and they're like, Matt Bourne. Yeah.
Bourne? Yeah.
I was like, no, Matt Boone. Oh, I thought you said Matt Bourne. I was going to say, how you doing, man? No, not Matt Bourne.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna talk about his passing. It's a sad deal, and there's been some rumors he was not in good shape before passing away. So see what happens with the autopsy report. That's gonna be back in another week or two. It's already been completed, but it takes a little bit to get the official results to come back. All right, WWE SmackDown being taped tonight in Topeka. I like that.
Kansas.
Topeka, Kansas. Right now, it is only 7:30. They are in the Central Time Zone, so it's going to be kind of a late night. Well, not that late. You're looking, if you're on the East Coast, you're looking about 11:30 Eastern Time. It's a 1-hour delay, Central Time Zone. Like I said, Topeka, Kansas, taping main event and SmackDown. So, like I said, 1-hour delay on that. Today's been kind of quiet on the websites. Talked about that earlier. Next Tuesday night, WZR Radio. When we come on here next Tuesday night, for one time, even if you don't party on a Tuesday night, if you don't, go out, grab a couple of beers. I'm gonna get some beers. All right, I'm gonna come on here. I want you guys in the chat room to come on here. I want you to grab some beers. And why? Because my man, Matt Boone, we're celebrating his birthday live, baby, live.
Oh no!
Next week, Tuesday night, WZR Radio. Next Tuesday is my boy Matty Boone's birthday, so we're doing a show. I do it every year on my birthday.
29 years old. I'll be 29. I don't
Woo!
think I've ever done a birthday live on. I don't want to start now either. I hope something comes up to where I say, you know what, dude. My birthday. I'm sorry, man. I gotta cancel.
No. We're
I
hyping.
hope I get to make that call.
No. We're hyping it up. Next Tuesday night, we're coming on here. It's gonna be a WZR Radio birthday bash for my boy Matty Boone next Tuesday night. So
I almost puked to myself just now thinking about it.
So get your beers, man. I'm gonna drink with you next Tuesday night. We're gonna have a celebration. Next Tuesday night here, man. 8 to 10 Eastern Time. My boy Matty Boone, we celebrating his birthday. Check out the official website of WZR Radio, WZROnline.com. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter as well. Go to Facebook.com/WZRArmy, YouTube.com/WZRArchive, Twitter as well. Just go to WZROnline.com, top navigation bar, social media tab, drop down box. It's got all the links to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Check it out. Matt Boone's been putting up tons of photos over there, WZROnline.com/photos. Sonny's medical records, Kelly and her boyfriend checking out some airplanes, getting on a private jet, Stacy Keebler photo. We got lots of good stuff up there. Check it out. Everything is over at WZROnline.com. That about does it, man. Here we go. Check out our live chat room. What's up with the chat room traffic tonight, huh? We can't even.
We can't get in there anymore.
Man, we can't even hit 50 people in here tonight. What's the deal? 47 people? Usually we're up around 55, 60.
Because I'm not in there. They're like, oh, Boone's not here? Fuck it.
Oh, yeah, right, dude.
Same way if I wasn't on the air right now, they wouldn't be listening. I'm sure the streams traffic's just fine.
Stephen
They
Grabeck.
tune into the stream, they tune into the chat. They don't hear me. They don't see me in the chat, but they hear me. So they immediately log out of the chat. Oh, we don't need to be here.
Yeah.
They hear me? Oh, I'm staying tuned in. Boone's here. Thank God.
Stephen Gravavic in the chat room says, I love you, Ryan. I love you right back. And not only that, Stephen, I got a joke for you, brother. What are you saying? I got a joke. I got jokes. You want to hear jokes?
Go ahead.
I got a joke for Stephen in the chat room. What do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese, Stephen. You know how I got that joke? Because Stephen Gravavic called up live on WZR Radio, gave me that, right? It's the one, right? I got it in the show.
The joke I heard the other day about escargot. Something about escargot. I was supposed to remember it. I couldn't remember it, though.
Wow.
Just remember escargot and admit that, or just trust me that it's funny.
Hey, what do you, speaking of cars, right? I want you to do me a favor. Spell race car backwards.
Race car?
Yeah, spell race car backwards.
And it's the same? Race car?
It's the same! Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Race car spells race car backwards. Pretty cool. No?
Well, check this out. Spell dog backwards.
Oh,
You got
God.
me.
Yeah, you're far from a god. Spell
Thank you.
spell mom backwards. You got mom, too, right? You know what I'm saying? Spells
Spell
mom.
boob.
My boob?
No, boob.
Boob? Oh, you got boobs. You got two boobs. Two sets of boobs, right? Alright, Monday Night Raw from last night, man. I gotta tell you, last night's Monday Night Raw was, ugh. You know, dude? I mean,
it wasn't great. I was just realizing that, too, when I was thinking about what I was going to say about it tonight. Because I was thinking, like, I think I got spoiled, because the last few times I've watched the full 3 hours from beginning to end live on TV and not downloading it the next day and skimming through it or whatever. Watching highlights on YouTube, actually watching the entire show beginning to end through the commercials and everything. I've been spoiled because the last 2 or 3 weeks have been pretty good, even great a couple weeks ago. But yeah, last night and last week, I think we're starting to get back to just regular old, long, boring 3-hour Raws.
I know. It was last night was not that good, and somebody in the chat room just brought it up. The crowd didn't help out at all. That was a terrible.
At one point, they were chanting JBL and Jerry Lawler and all that shit during a match. I thought it was going to turn into that Canadian crowd. They even referenced it on the commentary.
They did reference it. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought they were going to start straying from what they were seeing in the ring and just commenting on whatever that felt like. You know, like the Canadians did that one time and made for a really exciting show. I thought they were going to start doing that, but they kind of died out real quick.
Yeah, it was, I mean, they got to the point, I mean, they were starting to chant the announcers' names, and then the match came to an end right then and there, so somebody's theme music hit, and that was it. I think it was during the Jinder Mahal and Ziggler match, I believe. I think that's where it took place.
It was a pretty hot match, actually. I think it might have even been Randy Orton and Kane.
I think it was Jinder Mahal. I think it was the Jinder Mahal
match. It might have been, yeah, that makes sense. But, yeah, I think it was, because it was something that they didn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
But it was like, the whole show was a bunch of, it was a show full of, like, typical stuff. Like, that opening segment, my God, can you get more typical and obvious? I've seen it a million times in the past.
Well, the cool thing was CM Punk came out and addressed that and said, you know, I wasn't going to come out here. It's the same typical, everybody knows.
Yeah,
Right. So Kane comes out. He says he doesn't care about any of this because he's not winning the Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. They're not winning the Money in the Bank match. Kane is. So that brings out Christian, right? You know what I think about Christian? Shawn Michaels came out in an interview and said that he had spoken to Vince McMahon about a week or two ago and referenced somebody, and Vince said, I just don't see money in him. And Shawn said to Vince, you know, well, you never saw money in me. So somebody went on Twitter and said, you know, well, we thought that it was Daniel Bryan at first. And Shawn went on Twitter and said, no, it wasn't Daniel Bryan we were talking about. It wasn't Daniel Bryan. So another fan tweeted him and says, all right, if it's not Daniel Bryan, then you're talking about Dolph Ziggler. And he said, no, I'm not talking about Dolph Ziggler either. So here's the deal. My thoughts is, think about this. The phone call between Shawn and Vince, it's been out there. Shawn said in an interview, it took place about a week or two ago. Christian returned about a week or two. And when I look at Christian and Shawn Michaels, I see the same body type, right? I see the same body type. I think it is Christian. Who would it be? Who would it be? Ryback?
It would be somebody young. It would be somebody young because he's talking about drawing money and seeing money in him. He wouldn't be talking about seeing money in somebody that's old and on the way out. He would be talking about somebody young that there's a future in.
I don't think Christian's old and on the way out.
He's on the way out, of course he is. He doesn't have much longer. He's got a couple of years.
It's somebody, I can picture Shawn Michaels saying, hey, I saw Christian returned on Raw a couple of weeks ago. And Vince said something, yeah, you know what, he returned, but I don't see money in the guy. And they're talking about similar body types, you know what I mean? Shawn Michaels, Christian, similar body types. I think it's Christian, man. I'm just saying.
RVD maybe? No.
No, I think it's I really believe that it's Christian, but I don't know. But anyway, and it's always been well known and it's well documented that Vince has never been high on Christian, and the phone call took place just a week or two ago, right when Christian returned.
It sucks too, because he's like, Christian is Matt Hardy, Christian is Marty Jannetty. He's not. He's not. It's a bad example. You know what I mean? Jeff Hardy's way more of a star than Matt Hardy. Yeah. Shawn Michaels was way more of a star than Marty Jannetty. Edge is a bigger star than Christian, but Christian's a star too. He's charismatic as fuck. He's great. You know what I mean? He's legit as hell.
Yeah.
He's the real deal.
So we had, so Christian comes out, cuts a promo, said that, he's been in ladder matches over his career, and if anybody's going to win Money in the Bank, he's got the most experience, and he's going to be the one to win Money in the Bank. Not this Sunday, this coming Sunday, the following Sunday after that. So that brings out CM Punk, and he said, listen, I wasn't going to come out, but I heard that word, Christian came out and said, I'm the best at ladder matches, and Punk said, I heard that word, somebody talking about here being the best. I'm the best, everybody knows I'm the best, and so this leads to a whole confrontation. Randy Orton comes out and goes to RKO. Daniel Bryan makes a stupid comment. Randy Orton gets pissed. And Randy said earlier in the night, earlier in his promo, if you say one more stupid thing, I'm gonna
talking with him about making him tap out last week.
Right, I'm gonna lay you out with an RKO. So Daniel Bryan said something stupid. Randy Orton goes to RKO him. Kane jumps in between them. So Orton winds up RKOing Kane, and pretty much everybody took off, right? And then we go to a commercial break. There are clips throughout the night of former world champion Steve Austin, Harley Race. A bunch of guys that aired during the night. They aired a Wyatt family promo. They are coming. It was later announced that they're going to debut on Raw next Monday night. Everybody's excited about the Wyatts. Telling you guys, they're going to fuck it up. They're going to fuck it up, man. They'll come in. They'll be hot for a minute, unless they go into a program with the Shield. And they make it work and they run with it, but I know how WWE is. They build something up and they wind up screwing it up. Everybody's excited for them next week. Everybody's, the Wyatts are family, the Wyatt family's finally here. Yeah. And then a couple weeks after that, everybody's gonna say, damn, WWE ruined again. Just like Fandango, man. They ruined him, man, and they're gonna do the same thing with the Wyatts.
There's a million examples. I don't think it takes a fucking rocket scientist to predict that something this on the border of either it's going to be very creative and clever, like I guess you could argue Goldust was, or it's going to be very hokey and fucking cheesy like Fandango is, or whatever, Brodus Clay. It could go either way. It seems very cool the way it's packaged. How well will it be presented when it's got more dimensions to it? I don't know.
Not
You really played Fandango over that? You're interrupting every speech I go on.
Why,
I'm be a mute.
Why do you do Fandango? It's Fandango. That's the whole point of the drop.
Shit. Fandango. I'm not going to remember how to pronounce it. I'm going to slow myself down.
Fandango.
Debate in my head how to say it. Fandango. Fandango.
Fawn. We had the Shield. We had the Shield against the Usos and Christian. This was originally booked to be Christian against Seth Rollins, and they wound up switching plans. So we had the tag team match. Dean Ambrose picked up the pin on Christian here, so that was kind of revenge for Shield's loss on SmackDown. At the end of the match, everybody got into it, and Ambrose was able to pick up the win with the assist from Seth Rollins. We had Kane and Daniel Bryan arguing backstage. Daniel Bryan said he went to Vicky Guerrero earlier in the night, set up a rematch. Kane gets a rematch with Randy Orton tonight. Kane's all excited about that. He says, that's good news. And then Daniel Bryan reveals that, by the way, I'm going to be the special guest referee. We had Dolph Ziggler against Jinder Mahal. This is where the crowd started doing the crazy stuff. Jerry Lawler and JBL chants. You know what I mean? You knew what was happening. Jinder Mahal obviously.
Wow, that's crazy. I got it on SportsCenter. Look at A-Rod in minor league jersey and shit. You see this?
No, I've got SportsCenter on though. I've got ESPN on. What? There's nothing about A-Rod.
Yeah, it's A-Rod in a fucking minor league jersey right there. They're talking to the press.
I've got ESPN on right now.
On SportsCenter, jackass. On ESPN News. Put it on.
Oh, ESPN News.
Yeah, ESPN News.
There's a movie or something on SportsCenter right now. I see. Or not SportsCenter.
Documentary, I think.
Is that what it is? All right.
Yeah.
So we knew what was going to happen here, right? Jinder Mahal, got in a little bit of offense.
It was weird that he even got a match.
Right?
When's the last time you seen Jinder Mahal?
Well, he's with 3MB, you know what I mean?
I know, but by himself.
Yeah, no doubt. So Dolph Ziggler picked up the win here with the zigzag, and then after it was over, Dolph Ziggler laid them all out, right? All three of them, man. That's like the new job squad in WWE, 3MB. It's the three of them.
I'd kick all three of their asses in 2
There it is.
And my initials are MB, Matt Boone, by the way, in case you want it.
3MB. There you go. All right, no doubt. I like that.
There has in 3 seconds, Matt Boone.
How long did it take you to come up with that?
Well, I was just gonna try and do something with 3 and 2 seconds, and then I realized as I was thinking that my initials were MB. It just happened.
All right, we had more video packages, former champions. This one was for Bruno Sammartino. Backstage segment, right? We had Vicky Guerrero.
Those video packages were fucking awesome, by the way. I just have to say that real quick. I know you're rushing. We got like 8 minutes.
Yeah, they were really good, dude. All of them too. Throughout the night.
And a surprising name. They had Hulk Hogan, Sting. They had names you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, it was good stuff. So we had Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox backstage, right? Vicky's whining about how she's tired of the McMahons pulling her in all different directions. Vince says one thing, Triple H says the other thing. Speaking of Triple H, right? Time to play the game. Triple H walks into to the office and says, what were you talking about, Vicky? Were you about to say something? Something about the McMahons? Everybody leading you in a different direction? You wanna finish up? And Triple H says basically, listen, he's dealt with the McMahons for years, and you never listen to what the McMahons say. You just go and you do your own thing, right?
He says you listen to what they say, you don't do what they say, though. You do whatever you want. You do your own thing.
You notice that every week, at least for the last 2 or 3 weeks, there's one segment each, right? You get Triple H, you get Stephanie McMahon, and you get Vince McMahon. Not necessarily in that order, but there's one segment, one backstage segment each week from each of those people. You know what I mean? There's only one segment each week. And then next week...
I don't know if we talked about it on the air, but we heard USA was specifically asked for more of the McMahons on McMahon presence on TV, so they have to kind of be on. Plus, they came up with a cool angle, like we talked about last week. Triple H taking over. That people seem to forget because it's been such a big part of the storyline. But much like Stephanie and Triple H's real life wedding and marriage played out on TV, and a lot of people in real life are like, "Wow, they're really married." Like, Triple H is really being groomed right now as we speak to take over the company. He made the Bruno Sammartino thing happen with the Hall of Fame. He's done some big shit recently. So he's being groomed. He's the guy. So,
and by the way, next week, you were just talking about USA Network, wanting the McMahons on TV more. Next week, Stephanie McMahon announced that Vicky Guerrero is going to have a job performance review next week. We're going to have Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and Vicky Guerrero all in the ring at the same time next week on Raw. So you know that they're really going to get into it next week, where Triple H thinks she's doing a great job, Vince McMahon thinks she's doing a shitty job, Stephanie McMahon's in the middle, or whatever. Something will happen next week.
And me kicking all 4 of their asses.
That's about 6 times tonight, brother. That's about 6 times tonight. You're gonna ruin that fairly quick. We had well, you gotta like save it for moments.
I want to blow it out of the water and make it.
No, but like I'll kick your ass in 2 seconds. It was pretty funny at first, and then
I'm not trying to make it funny. You're not getting it.
No, but everybody was like,
I got jokes that are funny and catchphrases that are fresh, and then I got some that I want to be played out. Fucking annoying pieces of shit.
All right, but it's played out and it's annoying and it's a piece of shit.
I like
so you got
a wide array of colors to paint with.
You got
do my thing.
No, you got to come up with something different, bro. That's worn out. That's played out. It's annoying. No, you don't. It's pathetic, dude. That catchphrase sucks now. It's over.
Read your little notepad with the Raw results on it.
That catchphrase. Tell him in the chat room. He can't even see. Everybody in the chat room will tell you you're killing your catchphrase, Booty. Tell him.
I'm trying to. That one, I want to kill that one. I know what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing. If you wanted to kill it, then it would have been killed weeks ago. So what are you going? What are you?
Johnny.
Oh, so wait a minute. So we're not gonna. There. See, shit's weak, Boone. Everybody telling you that shit's weak. That's played out. Get it over. It's done. Getting old. It's garbage. Come up with something new. Kane versus Randy Orton. You're in a bad mood tonight, man. Why are you in a bad mood tonight?
I'm not in a bad mood. Where you get a bad mood?
Somebody piss you off today or what, man?
You seem like you're like overly rushed or something. Like you've been shot out of a cannon in the last 20 minutes trying to get through Raw. Like it's important.
I am.
That situation.
Because we bullshitted for the first 20 minutes. So that's what I'm saying. Kane, Randy Orton. The crowd was dead for this whole thing, right? Towards the end of the match, Randy Orton pushed Daniel Bryan, caused the DQ. Kane doesn't want to win that way, so Kane tells Daniel Bryan, restart the match. So he does it. And then for the second finish, it was Kane landed a boot to Orton's face and then covered him. Daniel Bryan made the quick count, gives Kane the pinfall. Kane's unhappy because he thinks that it's unfair. Why'd you count so quick? And Orton comes back and hits an RKO on Daniel Bryan. So it was just a clusterfuck here. Backstage segment of CM Punk and Paul Heyman. They're talking about Curtis Axel. They're going to be a tag team match tonight. It was set up last week on Raw against the Primetime Players. Punk basically tells Curtis Axel, you sit there, I'll handle everything, you don't get involved. And Paul Heyman's thinking, well, wait a minute, dude. The guy's supposed to be on your team. He's going to be out there. Why not use him? You don't have to do everything yourself. You know what I mean?
And right before commercial, Matt Boone walked up and
kicked our ass in 2 seconds. Kicked their ass in 2 seconds. Blah, 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 blah.
Cooler sideburns in 2 seconds.
All right, so next up we had the return of Fawn.
Fucking
I think I'm going to keep this playing.
Doo-doo.
I'm going to keep this playing as we run it.
It's Fandango.
So Sheamus is in a match tonight with Fandango. Fandango returns. He comes back from a concussion and immediately loses, right? I mean, they job him right out. It was actually a count-out loss. Fandango, they were going back and forth. It was a pretty even match.
Did you hear what they're going to do with his gimmick? You could tell in commentary. They're going to put it over as Fandango doesn't always win, but he can pull off the big upset. You know what I mean? Like, they reminded everybody that he had the upset over Jericho at WrestleMania. They reminded him that he wins the big one when he's not expected to. I think that's going to be part of his gimmick.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was only a count-out loss last night on Raw, too, you know what I mean?
It's not important that he wins or loses, you know what I mean? Like, he can lose matches, it's not a big deal. He can still win the big one. I think that's going to be part of his gimmick. Right.
So, after that, we had... There you go, buddy.
Biggest spot for the night for me. He killed it on commentary.
Chris Jericho comes out, like Boone said, for commentary for the next match. We had the next match was Ryback against The Miz. Chris Jericho on commentary. The Miz actually won here when Ryback quit the match with a hurt knee. I guess they're selling the whole thing from the ambulance spot
that was weird.
A couple of weeks ago. It was weird, right? It was definitely an odd finish. So. Jericho called him Cryback, which was kind of funny. You know what I mean, on commentary.
They added a C in front of his name. I get it.
So Mark Henry comes out and cuts a little promo, says that nobody's going to deny him.
How about that video package, real quick, for Mark Henry?
That was good. That was good. That was definitely good, man. So he basically says nobody's going to deny him at Money in the Bank. He said he's been here for years and years and years. When you're ready. WZR Radio, Ryan Clark, Matt Boone, here for our numero dos. You like that? I'm pretty good, right? I'm a good singer. My girl Selena Gomez, come on. Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez, they're hotties, are they not? Miley Cyrus, I don't like the new hairdo, but Selena, Anyway, we're back. We're gonna be doing rapid fire questions. Taking a live phone calls, talking Sting to WWE. Wait for it! When you're ready, come and get it! Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. When you're ready, come and get it! Na 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 na, na 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 na. When you're ready. You like that song? Na na na, na 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 na, na 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 na.
Who is it?
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. I only know the name from posting photos of her for you. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, we do put up photos. She's a hottie.
Like the female Justin Bieber, right?
She dated Justin Bieber, and she's the female Justin Bieber too.
Teeny bop bitch.
Miley Cyrus was the other one that I played during the break. Yeah, I mean they're pretty much one and the same. But what happened? Would you get disconnected during the break?
Yeah. My sister knows when I go in commercials, so they came to the door right as I was going to break. I can't mute this.
Gotcha. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com. Yeah, buddy. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. We're going to be here for about another 50 minutes, 49 minutes, taking your rapid fire questions and live phone calls.
Get out of here right at 10.
All right, we'll be out of here. We're going to finish up Monday Night Raw. Let's get through this, man, and then, we'll just kind of shoot the shit for the rest of the show. But we left off with the tag team match. It was CM Punk, Curtis Axel against the Primetime Players. The whole gist here was CM Punk worked most of the match, and CM Punk at the end hit the GTS, and Curtis Axel wound up tagging himself in and stole the pin, pinned Darren Young, and CM Punk's looking like, well, wait a minute, dude, why did you just run in and steal the pin? And Paul Heyman's thinking, well, wait a minute, dude, we won the match, so it's not a big deal, even though he stole the pin. Who cares, man? We won the match. So, it's basically the idea here is, Paul Heyman is trying to do the right thing, and it's working. But it's pissing CM Punk off while it's happening.
He's getting as a result that you would think he would want. He's winning, but he looks like an asshole in doing it, or he looks bad in doing it, or what I mean?
Exactly.
Doesn't save face while doing it. I get it.
God, we had a. Hey, by the way, during the Mark Henry promo, man, it's just little subtle things like this, and you're gonna call me a moron for saying things, and you're looking too far into it. Mark Henry during his promo, he said something about cracker boxes, right, dude? And I'm thinking, all right, dude, it's just little subtle things, and you know how this is in WWE. It's worse than a high school locker room,
I know
bro.
You're going with the word cracker.
Right, he's just a big black man. He's a big black man out there, and he said, you could have brought up any cereal at all, bro. Cracker Jacks, you could have brought up Fruity Pebbles, talking about John Cena, right?
Well, Cracker Jacks isn't a cereal.
What is it? What's a Cracker Jacks? I thought it was a cereal.
Cracker Jacks like caramel popcorn.
Caramel popcorn, alright, you could have brought up anything. He's talking about John Cena during his promo. He could have brought up Fruity Pebbles, something like that. Going to be given one thing, and then another thing is given to him. That's another subtle little thing where people are told all the time, yeah, we're going to push you, you're going to get this, you're going to get that.
I thought you were going to take Triple H's comment and run with it, and I would actually give you something with that one.
That happens all the time.
Triple H said, like we referenced earlier, where he said, listen, I've been around this family for many years, and I've learned one thing. You can listen to what they say, that's fine and well. You listen
right.
Let them talk, listen to them, that's fine. Just do what you want to do. You do what you want to do, though. Or, don't listen to what they say, do what you want to do. Like, I wonder, because it's always been their way to kind of comment on reality in their storylines on TV, the way you just said.
Right.
I wonder if that's like him commenting on Vince as a person, or the McMahon family as people. Like, I always listen to them; they're wise people, but ultimately, I do what I think's right, because I think I'm smarter. I think I get it better.
Right, right.
Like, almost something like that.
It's little subtle things like that, man. Where if you're watching close enough, man, it's a bunch of creative guys. It's a bunch of guys that sit in a room and they come up with little jokes. It's the same thing with Vince McMahon on commentary. A lot of the stuff you hear from Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole, JBL, a lot of those lines are fed directly from Vince McMahon, where he'll take shots at, he'll mention politics and things like that, man. And it's just childish shit. It's like high school shit.
They're entertaining themselves.
That's what it is.
Thing every goddamn day.
That's what it is. They're entertaining themselves. But if you watch closely enough, you can tell, like, little things. Even the little thing with the Mark Henry Cracker Jack thing. They get a kick out of that. They think, oh, yeah, big black man out there making jokes about
I'm not giving you the Cracker Jack.
Crackers. If you saw it.
Being fed lines in his headset, he's such a terrible actor that you can tell when they're entertaining.
Yeah.
Michael Cole sucks at reading that.
It was the same Stephanie McMahon's line about, I don't remember what the exact line was, but management always telling people that they're gonna get something and then it always changes or something like that. It's real life stuff, man. People are told all the time in WWE, yeah, we're gonna push you, we're gonna give you this, and then it changes the next week and they get fucked, man, and it pisses them off.
Sometimes you go to the McDonald's drive-thru, you say, give me a cheeseburger, hold the mayo, and you get fucking mayo on it, and you get pissed.
I don't get. I love it. Put extra mayo on it, dude.
I don't want no mayo. I'm gonna get that shit off my cheeseburger.
Yeah, kick that cheeseburger's ass 2 seconds, dude. Kick that mayo's ass 2 seconds.
Do you hear static right now, or is that just my end?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. I can't get it to fucking stop, but I think it is me.
Yeah. Here's another example. When we get to the Divas match, right? By the way, there was a backstage segment where they finally introduced the cast of Total Divas, right? This backstage segment, you could clearly tell that this was a pre-tape, man. It would be like, if you're watching it closely, once again, you can see like the camera stops, and then it would go to a different angle, and then a different angle, and then a different angle. This was shot in like 15 different segments backstage where Natalya would say a line, cut.
It was totally post-produced.
Right, I could see it right now. Natalya says a line, cut, and then whoever it was, Layla says a line, cut, and then they piece it all together into a big promo, is what you saw on Raw last night. But God, it was terrible. That segment was brutal. We had Stephanie McMahon shows up in Brad Maddox and Vicky Guerrero's office, right? This is where she talks about, she wants Vicky to keep order of her show, and talked about Vicky gets all pissed off, and all the McMahons are telling her different things, and she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know who to listen to. So this is where they announced that next week, Vicky Guerrero is going to get an official job performance review, right? And she gets all worried, and Stephanie McMahon says, well, Vicky, you could be promoted next week. So Vicky gets all excited, and then Stephanie says, and by the way, if you're not promoted, you could be fired. So,
boo, you should have had it earlier.
It was right on cue. That was perfect.
That was a Stephanie McMahon line, not a Vince line. You had Vince earlier.
Have we ever heard? We don't have a Stephanie McMahon. You're fired. It's not on the.
She's not known for saying it, jackass.
Well, no shit, dude. So how do you want me to get it?
Ball.
How do you want me to get a sound drop if she's not known for?
You should have just left it alone.
Jesus, I can't impress you with nothing, dude. I can't impress you with nothing. We had Cody Rhodes against Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro pinned Rhodes with the neutralizer finisher that he uses. There was a Divas match. Yep, Jack Swagger, they introduced him. Zeb Coulter cut a promo beforehand. They did a segment, Caitlyn's in the ring, right? It was Caitlyn defeated Alicia Fox, right? And after it was over, AJ Lee comes out. Man, AJ Lee and them tight jeans last night, dude. And they kept
fucking little firecracker, man.
They kept showing her from behind, right? Pun intended, from behind. That ass in the tight jeans, my God,
she's bouncing around, dude. She's such a fucking little piece of ass.
That might be, she may have one of the hottest.
Sonny, bro. I want AJ.
I want AJ, dude. I'm taking AJ, dude. You can have Sonny, dude. Come on, I don't want Sonny, bro.
AJ, I'll take Stephanie if I can't have AJ.
Stephanie, you wake up to Stephanie in the morning time with no makeup, dude. You're gonna say, fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck. But anyway, but AJ Lee, goddamn, she's smoking hot.
She is funky.
And then, they referenced, here's another thing. Before Caitlyn joined WWE, the photos are all over the internet. She did some modeling photos, and they're hot, man. She's basically in a thong, and she's got like a pair of lips. Somebody kissed her ass, you know what I mean? And, the lip liner, lip gloss, whatever it is, was on her ass. Thong photos, right? So they referenced that, hey Caitlyn, before coming to WWE, everybody knows you were modeling and you did modeling photos, and they're all over the internet, and they are. All you got to do is go do a Google search for them, and they pop up, and they're hot. But
Why didn't you send them to me? I'd have put them up.
They took a real life storyline where, there's some hot photos out there, and they turned her into a big fatty, right? Instead of, putting up the hot photos that she took, they said, oh, all right, we're gonna continue to diss her more and more. That's what happens, man. A couple weeks ago, Stephanie McMahon was talking to somebody backstage. Caitlyn came up, real life situation. Caitlyn came up, interrupted her. It caused a scene backstage. Stephanie McMahon got upset, and now for the past 3 or 4 weeks, she's got backstage heat, and they job her out. They don't job her out. I mean, she did pick up a win over Alicia Fox last night on Raw, so she did get the win there. But they basically, they continue to rib her. They call her
nobody.
Right.
They remember the fact that they made fun of her being a big fat ass back in the day. in a picture, or whatever. Whether
Well,
it was
that's
fake
right.
or not.
And the week before
Everyone
that,
was made fun of. Yeah.
the week before that, they were calling her fat, and the week before that, they were saying she looked like a man, et cetera, et cetera. It's going
You
on
might
for.
have something with this one.
It's going on for 3 or 4 weeks where, you know, it was a real life situation, like I said, backstage with Stephanie McMahon. She gets pissed off and they job her out for the next couple of weeks on TV. They call her fat, et cetera, et cetera. So they're going with that. And then we're pretty much to the main event.
Fat titty fell out of her shirt a couple weeks ago on Raw. I know that.
Yeah. They, actually, we don't have the photos anymore. We had the photos.
We did.
And then, you know, they confirmed.
I just wanted to say big fat titty.
They confirmed the Wyatt family is going to debut next week on Raw, and then in the main event, man, we had, you know, it was hyped all night, and we didn't have any Del Rio or Cena before this, right? I mean, you got to give
I know they
WWE.
kept Cena off. I mean, I think so at least for the whole 3 hours until the end. That's the first time I recall hearing some music.
Right. So the main event, Alberto Del Rio and John Cena. John Cena wound up picking up the win on Alberto Del Rio.
He worked double duty too, because didn't he have to work the dark match right after that?
He did, right, with Ryback. It was a quick match, though. They've been doing the tables match at house shows.
You think Hulk Hogan did that back in the day? Fuck.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Cena's a beast, dude. He's known as a workhorse. You know, I mean, he's always been known as a workhorse. No Ricardo Rodriguez. We found out why today. They did the injury angle on SmackDown, so that's what they said on Raw last night, and then it came out that he was legitimately suspended today. .com posted it.
He gets fucked up, as you knew all along and saw in his eyes every week on TV. Fuck out of here.
God, dude. When you go back and you look at it, dude.
Yeah, it's like you selling more than 20 t-shirts. Get the fuck out of here.
All you had to do for the last couple of months, man, I'm not talking every time, every week on Raw, but now it makes sense, is basically what I'm saying, dude. It makes sense where now he's suspended for 30 days, and you go back and you look over the last couple of months, and you're thinking, wow, you know what? He did look kind of fucked up on Raw, man. It all makes sense. It all makes sense, is basically all I'm saying.
It all makes sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
Jesus. All right, so John Cena wound up getting the pin on Del Rio. Like I said, it was a non-title match, and that was that. Dolph Ziggler ran in, Mark Henry ran in towards the end. Mark Henry as the timekeeper for the WWE title belt. Henry takes the title and dropped it at Cena's feet, basically saying, "Money in the Bank, I'm taking this from you."
Now, why did he ask the timekeeper? Are they saying he's stupid and he can't tell time? Are they trying to subtly say that, like the cracker?
The timekeeper had the belt at that moment, so.
Oh, but I can't tell time, so I better ask the timekeeper where the belt is. Yeah.
So Henry smiles and leaves, and Cole wonders why.
I see what they're doing.
Cole wondered if Henry had respected John Cena, and that was pretty much the end of Raw. After Raw went off the air, though, they faded to black, and then another Wyatt family promo aired to end the show. So 3 Wyatt family promos last week. So
that was weird. They don't end the show with
never.
Certainly not a vignette, but yeah, they don't have like a little extra thing after the end of the show like that, do they?
Never. It's never. They fade the black and then that's it.
It's almost like a movie where like after the credits they still have like a little end scene, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Get to our live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. I gotta take some water.
Scratching my right nutsack.
Oh yeah. Get in there, lots and lots of people as always. We're gonna be taking live phone calls for about the last 35 minutes here. Live phone calls, and we're going to be doing your rapid fire.
For a minute about the UFC on Saturday too.
It's a big one coming up this Saturday. Let's talk about it right now. We'll spend 5 minutes on it.
Do you want to put some money on it or what? What are we doing?
We can put some money on it. Let's do it.
We put money on the last fight, and I won, and you didn't pay it off, so I don't even know if it matters.
Listen, as far, dude. Don't even get me started, bro. Don't even get me started,
man. I didn't keep track of bets anyway. I don't even remember who it was. I know I won the fight though. I remember it was the main event. Oh, it was Dan Henderson and Rashad Evans.
It was. You're right. You're absolutely right. So
yeah, I don't know. Everybody and their mother is saying Weidman, and I think I'm starting to realize that everybody's saying that because that first fight Chael Sonnen had with Anderson Silva just mesmerized people. I think everybody assumes that any wrestler on Chael Sonnen's level can do what Chael Sonnen did to Anderson Silva, and if they can avoid the submission, they win the decision. And I don't think it's that easy. I don't think Silva had fought Dan Henderson before Chael Sonnen. He had fought good wrestlers before, and he tooled them. You know, and I don't think just because Sonnen was able to hold him down for 5 rounds that any wrestler can. And I think that's what everybody thinks Weidman has this great chance because he's such a great wrestler. Having said that, he is a better version of Chael Sonnen, so it's a tough fucking pick, man. But you got to go with Silva.
You got to go with Silva. I mean, people don't know enough about Weidman. I just don't think Weidman is over enough where people, I mean, you bring up Chris Weidman to even the casual UFC fan, they don't really know who he is. You know what I mean? He's just not a big...
Yeah, no, I was just strictly speaking from a skill perspective. If you're talking about a superstar perspective, motherfucker has no business fighting Anderson Silva yet, but he is the real deal and could beat him, so
right.
I think they're promoting it based on that.
What's the co-main event?
Co-main event... What the fuck is it? I think it's the shit. It's like Frankie Edgar versus Charles Oliveira, something like that.
Right. Yeah, it's basically a main event show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a one-fight show.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna bet that thing because we're both gonna pick Anderson Silva. I mean, I would
can't pick against Silva.
I would probably. I mean, I would take the underdog, but only for like $5 or something like that. You know what I mean?
There's no sense betting it. Yeah, because even the semi-main event, it would be. I'm not picking against Frankie.
Yeah.
So.
All right, 2 big news stories before we move on. We're going to talk about these 2 stories, and then we'll get into rapid fire and take your live phone calls. The first...
The World Wrestling Federation, for over 50 years, the revolutionary force
yeah, buddy.
in sports entertainment.
Wait for it. Sad passing, man, over the past week. Matt Bourne, on the indie scene. Matt Osborne is his real name. Known on the indie scene, like I said, as Matt Bourne, known in WWE to WWE fans as Doink the Clown.
I also remember him as Big Josh in WCW back in the day when I was a kid.
Big Josh. Well, over the past years, he was on Raw not all that long ago. I remember him coming back, and there were people.
The last thing I remember, he had this. It was on the internet. He had beef with Kevin Nash for Kevin Nash saying the word "fake" or something like that about wrestling, and he started to kick Kevin Nash's ass in like a legit fight.
Really? No shit,
yeah.
Dude. Yeah, he passed away. They performed the autopsy a couple of days ago. TMZ came out and reported yesterday that it was completed, and the results of that are expected back in a matter of days. So it could be tomorrow, could be Thursday. It's probably going to be by the end of the week. It's interesting, he did issue a final tweet that didn't, the way it was worded, it's just, I don't think he was in good shape. You know what I mean? The final tweet that he sent out read, "I have so much going on this summer. Don't know if I'm coming or going, but that's the way. I like it. Miss my brothers." So that was his. It was actually not a tweet. It was a Facebook post. But there are people saying
good reading,
that.
I gotta say, with the Ray Charles and the.
That's the way, I like it. But we'll see what the autopsy reveals. I don't want to speculate on anything as far as that is concerned, but I would expect, the toxicology and the autopsy report to be back in the next few days. But sad passing, man. Doink's one of those guys, always clearly a comedy character in WWE. Come on, he's a clown. You know what I mean? But, it's a sad passing.
The way he played Doink, though, there was like different people that played Doink the Clown. I think Steve Lombardi played it for a while.
Yeah, Steve Lombardi is the Brooklyn Brawler for those.
Brooklyn Brawler, and some other guys played it too. But he was the first to play Doink, and he was the most effective because he played it when it had more of a character to it than just before it was just a simple clown. Mm-hmm. It was a gimmick. It was an actual character, and it was like a maniacal, sadistic, evil clown. And he had that look that he could make with the face paint on. He just looked like an evil son of a bitch And that's hard to pull off when you're wearing clown, goofy, makeup and supposed to be a goofy clown. He pulled off that maniacal edge real well.
He did.
Yeah,
So
and the music was even different. It started off with that music you just played, and then it switched to evil music. It was a cool character in the beginning. I remember that as a kid.
So a rest in peace to Matt Osborne, Doink the Clown in WWE. The second big story that we need to talk about, I know a lot of people are interested in this, is we'll wait for it. We'll play it.
That thing?
It is.
Old WCW. No, not old. You need to find his old thing. That was awesome.
Well, this is the crow theme from.
I'm talking about the bleach blonde, colorful thing.
Oh yeah.
He had like Ultimate Warrior, like.
So what do you think, man? They played the video package last night on Raw, and these rumors come up every single year. Is Sting gonna resign with?
They were strong. I would almost say it was almost like 10 years ago. It was like really strong rumors, and even back then it was Sting and Undertaker. I think it's just because they were like black. I think it's that simple, and that they've been around forever. And like one strongly represents WWE and the Undertaker. One strongly represents not anti-WWE, but like whatever the other company is that isn't WWE, the competition that he represents, Sting does. And he's never been in WWE. So, yeah, like I said, like many years ago there was talk about it, and it never happened. And it was strong talk, it wasn't just casual shit. Like it was about as strong as it is now. Like, people really seem to think it's happening this year. And I don't know, I really hope it does. Do you think it'll happen? I can't see it, but
Sting came out and he was asked, how close he was several years ago to signing with not several years ago, years and years ago when WCW wound up closing. And he was asked about that, and he said that he had 18 months left on his WCW contract.
Yeah, that's like 10 years ago. But, yeah.
Right. And he said the first time he talked to Vince McMahon was about 5 years later. And Vince called him. They talked for about a week, and he says, this is a quote from him, "It was very, very close. That was the time that I decided to make one final run, and I decided to make it with TNA." So, yeah, like you said, 10, 11, 12 years ago, because TNA's been around that long. And then he was asked, about... in another interview, he was asked, how much longer he plans to wrestle, and he says, I learned not to say one more year. I don't know how much longer it's going to be. It might be one of those things where it's sudden meaning, I think it's time, maybe one more match after those words come out of my mouth, and something like that, and it will be done. And then they asked him about possibly facing The Undertaker. He said it would be awesome to have had at least one match with him. Again, never...
I think he never
Wait a
worked
minute. He says, let me finish, man. He says it would be awesome to have had at least one match with him, and this is where it gets interesting. He says, again, never say never. I'm happy right now where I am at the moment, and we'll just have to see what unfolds here. So, he doesn't rule it out, a match with The Undertaker. Do you think that... My thoughts is, I don't think he has much longer, okay? Maybe a couple more years. And the guy's still in great shape. We know he can work. We know he can go. But in recent interviews, and he's done a lot of them, he basically says there's a lot of guys in WWE that he wants to work with, that he's never been able to work against. I think he's got a run in WWE, and I think it happens in recent weeks. He sent out feelers to WWE, alright? Basically saying, hey, I'm interested. And you know that WWE is going to snatch him up.
What kind of deal he can get.
Absolutely. And I feel like, you know what, he's given a lot to TNA. And every year, Dixie convinces him to sign one more year. Just give me one more year. I think...
She's a mark. She's a Sting mark.
She is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that we're to the point now where Sting's going to come... When his contract expires this year, I think he's going to say to Dixie, listen, every year you've convinced me to stay, and I've done it, okay? And you've offered me a lot of money, no doubt. But I think that this year he's going to say, listen, I've given you year after year after year. It's now time for me to go and maybe give it a run in WWE.
I think they're on a legitimate friend level enough that he could talk to her like that.
Right,
like,
right.
This is something I have to do. You don't understand. I've had this long career. I just have to do this before I'm done.
Exactly.
While I physically can still do it. Because that's the other glaring, obvious question that nobody's addressing. You just said, well, obviously he can go this and that. How obvious is it? Can he go more than The Undertaker right now? I don't think so. If you compare the two, Undertaker still can knock it out of the park. I don't think Sting's capable of having matches on that level. Even if you give him somebody like, Triple H or somebody like that to work with, who can carry a lot on their own.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can have a decent match in the right circumstance. I don't know if he has a run left where he could say, oh, I wish I worked with this guy. I would have liked to work with that guy. But, that's nice that you wanted to and you wish you could. But sometimes you missed your fucking chance, and I think he missed his chance. He's got a couple matches in the tops.
Mm-hmm.
If he does go, and they would have to be big matches, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, whatever, a Raw here or there, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But how much will he mean? Because he's old, he's past his prime. How many people even know who the hell Sting is these days? How important of a name does that appeal? Like, you got to remember, there's a whole generation of fans who were born after WCW went out of business that don't even know who the fuck Sting is. They just know he was this guy from the past.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. And with WWE's new era of a lot of kids these days, a lot of kids have no idea, like you said, who Sting is. You know what I mean?
Well, WCW went out of business, 2001? That was 12 years ago, bro. You know how many kids are 12 years old that are wrestling fans right now that have never seen Sting unless they were in TNA, and TNA doesn't even fucking count, because TNA is not seen the way WCW used to be seen against WWE. When we were kids, there was WWE and WCW, and for a little while, ECW, those three.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a kid now, there's WWE, and then there's that TNA. It's not WWE and TNA like equal fucking wrestling companies, because they're not equal.
So I guess the main question that I'm going to ask you, and then you can ask me, is when Sting's TNA contract expires later this year, what happens?
That's a good question. Do you want to go first? I'll go first since I'm babbling. That way you can end the discussion on Sting. I'll say, like I said earlier at the beginning, how much do you think about the legacy? He's the only guy that's never gone. Why would he go now? I say, fuck it. I say, you know what? He's going. I say somewhere in his head, he's like, I just got to do this. Why would I not do this? I'm going to regret it my whole life if I don't do it. I think he's going to do it.
Let's do a poll. Tell him.
That's a good poll. Yeah. Will Sting sign with WWE before he officially retires from wrestling? Something like that.
Tell him how to vote.
Yeah, everybody can vote by going to WZROnline.com, top right. And I believe part of the page is the poll. It'll ask the question: will Sting ever?
It's gonna be will Sting leave TNA later this year and join WWE? We're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't like limiting this year.
You don't think? All right. You tell me. You tell me.
Just take the words this year out. Will Sting ever leave TNA for WWE before he retires?
Will Sting leave WWE and join WWE?
Leave TNA for WWE. He's the competition, and always has been since the early 90s.
Right. All right, rapid fire. We're going to do these quick. We got 15 minutes. Guys, if you want to call up right now, I don't see any phone calls at all tonight, but it's 518...
You haven't plugged the number. You always forget that.
Yeah, that's true. 518-712-3070. 518-712-3070. Kyle Brooks, do you think Damian Sandow is slated for a push soon? Also, I hope so too, man. I think he's got potential.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's got the gimmick too, man. They've got him in that, like a genius type gimmick. You know what I mean?
He looks like the team. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I mean Damian Sandow is a young guy. He's going to be around for years and years to come, and I think he's going to be a star someday, man. Just give it time. Also,
he looks like Johnny Hendricks from UFC, like blown up. That's what he looks like.
Also, I don't think WWE he does a little bit. You're right. Also, I don't think WWE ruined Fandango. That shitty Carolina crowd ruined it. Yeah, but you can't blame it on...
one crowd that fucking destroyed it.
Yeah, but
they did not go along with it at all.
You can't blame it all on the crowd. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think they had him. It was Jerry Lawler was in ring with him, you know, and they had that promo, and he was a baby face at first, man. You know, and then he cut that heel promo. It goes back. It was the same crowd. It was that same Carolina crowd that ruined him. And then, you know, the concussion didn't help things. Got injured, came back. Yeah.
I think he should have stuck with the monotone. Is it Fandango?
It's I can tell you exactly what it is.
See, I don't even know how to say it. See how I get slowed up trying to worry about the fucking pronunciation.
One more time.
Very
Faye.
important that we say it right.
I'll give you one more time. You hear Reggie out there howling?
It's Fandango.
Fandango. Okay, so Fandango. Anyways, he started talking too damn much. That was one problem. And they just used it. I think they force fed him there. They realized that he was getting over, and he was becoming like a Macarena sensation, like a fucking Gangnam style sensation.
Yeah.
And they overused him and watered him down. He became just stale really, really quick because of it. Then he got injured. He started talking too much. They did everything wrong.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up? Caller, live, WZR Radio. 405 area code, live? No? 3, 2, 1, later. Rashad Robinson, what do you think about Rampage Jackson and Magnus being in the new main event Mafia? That's a spoiler right there, man, but that's alright.
So we got what? Kurt Angle,
Sting.
Sting.
Yeah, Sting's the leader. He brought back main event Mafia. I like the idea of Magnus, and I know a lot of people are going to call me crazy, but I think Magnus has got a lot of potential if given the opportunity, and they're giving it to him with main event Mafia. Rampage, I don't know, because Kurt Angle's part of the main event Mafia, and they're going to do a match between Angle and Rampage, so they're going to have to do something there.
Out shit, like, I'm not a big enough TNA fan to comment, because I was immediately thinking, like, well, the obvious name that isn't a main eventer and name alone is Magnus. I mean, Rampage is, Sting is, Kurt Angle is. Magnus doesn't seem like he belongs on that level.
He doesn't.
But then you think Rampage is never wrestled. He's going to do the feud with Angle, which I never thought of.
Yeah.
Sting might be on the way out of TNA and into WWE before the end of the year. It's like a lost cause. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up? Man, you gotta. I'm gonna give him a couple minutes.
Bad luck with the phone.
No. It's the same guy. I think. What's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Ryan?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing good, man. You probably don't remember, but you are getting a little older. But it was earlier last week on Facebook, man. You put a post about the steel chair shots to the head, man, and I commented, and everybody thought I wasn't sober and thought I was crazy about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember you.
You remember that, man?
Yeah.
But,
I knew.
What the fuck are you talking? I don't know.
No. There was a thing. All right. With there was a report last week. I'll run it down for everybody. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan were legitimately fined by WWE. We don't know how much the fines were for, but there was a chair shot that happened. It was came off the top rope, and my thoughts on it were, I mean, listen, chair shots to the head are dangerous, and this guy wanted to call up and basically debate it because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, to the guy calling in, but I think you said that you were upset that chair shots to the head were banned, and I had said that they're really not needed, and my thoughts on it are, how often and then I'll let you respond because I know you want to call up and debate it a little bit. But my thoughts are, you don't see chair shots, number one, that often in WWE. And they're not banned. They're not banned entirely. You can still do them to the back and to the legs and everything else. But it's dangerous. I mean, I just feel like it's not needed. And even if you put your hands up to protect yourself, like Daniel Bryan did last week on Raw, there's stuff can go wrong. You know what I mean? Stuff can go wrong.
I think it's just because they grew up with them in their marks. They want to do it. I mean, you can get the same dramatic effect, which is what the fucking whole point of a chair shot is designed to do in the flow of a match. It's to build emotion. It's to build drama, suspense near the end of a match. It's to build violent, build up the violence. you can get the same effect without actually clobbering a motherfucker in the face or in the head with a chair. You don't need to actually belt the shit out of him with a chair. You can do it in a stabbing way in the gut.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
That was my whole point about it. Like, I wasn't debating that, chair shots should be in WWE. I understand they are, necessary. I mean, like you said, it's the same dramatic effect as you getting hit in the back, with them or, stomping the leg.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just debating the fact of, like, I think your poster said you don't understand why some people get upset about it. And I was just thinking, if you think about all the people that, did grow up with chair shots, and then all of a sudden they're just banned, they're like, well, why are you banning chair shots to the head?
Right.
That was one of the exciting parts of the WWE, and that's where I was debating.
No,
people getting upset.
That's fine, and I'm glad you called up
It
to
got
debate it.
some scary levels too. Like, remember ECW Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome would just trade chair shots back? It was gross. Like, what the fuck are you proving with that?
Yeah, and
the main thing was like the Chris Benoit headbutts, off the ladders and things like that. Like, when you really go back and watch it, you are kind of like,
Yeah, and
like, we get it, you're tough, but like, goddamn, you're just wearing and tearing your body down, and we all see you doing it, and we know that's what you're doing while you're doing it. Like, why keep doing it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, there's been so many concussions lately in WWE, and, it's a safer thing to do. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, yeah.
And these guys have families, you know what I mean? They go home, they've got kids.
Chris Benoit's sister-in-law just spoke out about the concussion thing with the Benoit tragedy from 2007. Like, it's still prevalent, and that's a big reason. Chair shots lead to a lot of concussions, like you said.
Right.
They do. But,
thanks for thanks for calling up, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thanks for taking the call.
All right, be good, man. All right, we'll take a couple.
What are you doing over there, Jolly Rancher?
I do have a Jolly Rancher, man. Can you tell? Nah, damn it.
You can tell it's candy. I got some Shock Tarts, the sour candy.
It's watermelon, man. I shouldn't have popped it in my. It's so good though. I can't take it out.
Watermelon is a good one. That and sour apple. That's my favorite.
Yeah, sour apple. The oranges too. I like the oranges, man.
And the cinnamon.
Yeah.
The fire one.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
One quick comment for Boone and one question with two parts. Take less than 30 seconds.
Okay.
When Boone said earlier that Sting's been out since 2001, technically from either WCW or WWE, well, not WWE, but when Bret Hart left WCW in '99, he was still relevant when he returned in 2010. And my question that I had for you with two parts, if Sting signs with WWE, if he doesn't have just a single storyline with Undertaker, who do you see him having a story with beforehand, and do you think that could be possibly Sting and Taker's last match at WrestleMania 30?
I don't think the streak ever ends, okay? I don't think it ever ends.
He's saying, would that be his last match defending the streak? Would it be against Sting? And I don't see why, that would be, unless it just works out that way, I don't see why they would specifically do the last one with Sting. I mean, it would be a guy, a veteran guy in WWE probably, or a guy he's passing the torch to if he decides to drop the streak. But who else besides Undertaker? He said, I'm trying to picture, because I keep saying, why is it the Undertaker? Like, we were debating it earlier. We already brought that up. So who else could he work with? I'm thinking CM Punk. I'm thinking John Cena. I'm thinking CM Punk was really the only other good one.
See, people in the chat room bring up like Shawn Michaels. I'm telling you guys, Shawn Michaels is done. You are not going to see him.
That would be awesome, though. That was in my head too, but I didn't say it because he's retired. Shawn Michaels and Sting would be amazing.
Jericho would be a great one. People in the chat room. Yeah, I like
Shawn
that.
Michaels and Sting for the longest time was a fantasy match. There was Goldberg and Austin. And Sting was always who would be the fantasy? Like The Rock was, the counterpart for him at one point.
Yeah, I'd love to see Jericho and Sting. Sting Undertaker, Sting Jericho. Maybe even some new guys like Sting Ziggler, something like that. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels, though, I think Shawn's done, man. We're not going to see Shawn back in a WWE ring. When he retired for good. He's done. You're not going to see another match with Shawn.
Sting,
it's not going to happen.
I'm trying to think of who else. Sting and who else? I don't know. Sting and Undertaker is a match. And CM Punk and anybody would be good, but CM Punk and a big iconic guy like Sting would be good.
Let's bang out these rapid fire questions. I know
right,
you got to get out of here at 10. I'll stick around and do a couple, but while I got you here, let's bang out as many as we can. Rashad Robinson. Oh, we already took that one. Anthony Remy, Matt Boone. Kicking your ass in 2 seconds is old, but man, AJ is hot. I'd like to tap her ass. Everybody would.
Yeah,
man.
It would take me about 2 seconds to tap that ass. Too.
That's a good one. Louis Daw. Any truth to the rumors that Rob Van Dam has smoked marijuana in the past? Hell yeah, man! Oh my god! Yeah, man, he's an advocate of marijuana.
Truth to the rumors Jimmy Snook has done cocaine in the past. Like, come on, man! RVD was on the cover of High Times magazine for Christ's sake. RVD 420. What are we
RVD is featured right now in a marijuana documentary. There's photos. There's video of him.
Documentary's being made by our boy Michael Moody. That's the same guy that introduced me. Real quick. Yeah, he's the one making the documentary. He introduced me to RVD at a UFC we went to in Anaheim where I broke my back in a fucking car wreck. But anyways, I meet RVD at the UFC. He's standing in line to get a drink, and he's high as shit. I mean, I'm telling you, I've never seen someone so high in my life. He's not as tall as you would think either. I'm taller than him.
Are you?
But yeah, I walk up to him. I'm taller than him, and he's like, "Hey, this is my buddy Matt. We work at blah blah blah." Because he'd already done the documentary with him. 101 Reasons Not to Be a Pro Wrestler. He was featured in that.
Right.
So in the New Jack thing, I think he was in some of the outtakes. But so he introduces me to him, and RVD's eyes are like slanted and cross-eyed and fucking glassy and red. I mean, he couldn't have been more stoned.
Hell yeah, that's awesome,
so,
man.
Yeah, to answer the question, yes, there's truth to those rumors. Good.
Rob Van Dam, man, coming back at Money in the Bank. You're not going to see him until Money in the Bank. That'll be his big return.
I was wondering. There was this part of me that was like, is he about to come out on Raw?
Last night? Nah, they're hyping it up. It'll be Money in the Bank, no doubt. They're going to make you order the pay-per-view for that.
Yeah.
Daniel Himes, I dialed 1-800-YELLA by accident. 1-800-YELLA? Fella? 1-800-YELLA by accident, and someone turned up and shot my dog. And Sting is...
Yeller.
Oh, Yeller. He says Yeller.
Yeller.
I gotcha.
I think there's a joke in there somewhere, but it's a bad one.
And Sting is going to be at WrestleMania. He was quoted as saying he wants to perform hit single Roxanne on a World Wild stage.
Sting is the police. Roxanne.
I got it.
Okay, so two Stings.
Mac McCord. Check out PWSforums.com, best forum on the internet for pro wrestling news and rumors.
I didn't call in with his plug this week.
How do you think Mike Hunt will do in NXT? Developmental wrestler.
Is that really his name? Mike what?
Mike Hunt.
You know what? That's my cunt in prank calls. You know that, right?
Mike Hunt.
My cunt.
Mike
Hunt.
Yeah.
That's how prank callers get people to say dirty. He's like,
so he's trying to come up with a joke there, huh? Mike Hunt.
Is there really a developmental wrestler named Mike Hunt, a gimmick name, or
probably not? He's just being a motherfucker. See, he just came on here and put ha 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 ha. I see it on the bottom left. It popped up. Your notification, you fucker. Check out PWSforums.com.
God, you know how stupid you would look doing just like 3 jokes in a row. You would have had no clue any of them were jokes. Wow, man.
New forum admin coming to PWSforums.com by the name of Lion. Joking, buddy. Joking. AJ Clark.
Is there a Joe Mama that signed up to the board? You know what?
AJ.
Jack me off.
AJ Clark.
Ben Dover. Is he trying to...
Who's AJ Clark? Who is the biggest star that listens to WZR radio? I don't know. There could always be pro wrestlers listening.
I don't know, but there's a lot that listen sporadically.
I know, people that I talk to. I don't know. Shad Gaspar, JTG, Santino.
You're listening to your friends. That's not fair because there's actually some pretty big now. Obviously, Piper listens or has listened. You know.
JTG, Santino. Maybe them. I don't know. I don't know if they listen every week or if they listen to the archive, but I don't know. Andy Lawler. I like Rampage in there if he actually wrestles Magnus. No. I'm talking about Main Event Mafia. Responded to somebody else. Christopher Brown, on another website earlier this afternoon, I saw someone post that JR's tired of the fans doing the what chants thinking they're dated, but he has no problems with the Daniel Bryan yes chants. Your thoughts? Also, if you're looking for a new Raw theme, try Drop the Bombshell by Powerman 5000. I mean, the what chants, they're never going to go away. You know, they're going to be there forever.
Yeah, the yes
you know?
and the what chants are the same thing. He's right about that. And they're both equally annoying. They're both offensive to the performers trying to do their jobs. But they're going to be around forever, like you said. You're just going to have to deal with them.
Louis Daw, do you think Batista has ever made a cheeseburger and then proceeded to cry as the calories would go straight to his thighs?
Whatever. I don't want no mayonnaise on any of that shit, and I'll eat it, and you can give me big fucking thunder thighs all you want.
Stephen Graveic, WWE is coming back to the Cops Coliseum in Hamilton, Ontario on September 8th. I'll be sure to bring a WZR Army sign. You the man, brother. If it makes it on TV, I will send you a free WZR radio t-shirt. You out of here?
It's technically, I gotta get out of here, man.
Before you go?
It's Matt B-O-O-N-E in WZR, the place to be. Me and Ryan C. kicking it live in hour 3. I got minus 60 minutes to the limit, like John Cena's title spinning. No one battle me, I'm winning. No matter what you say. Now let me finish with a simple, oh yay!
Love you, bitch. See you next week.
Let me finish with a simple, oh yay. Love you too, you fucking faggot.
Love you, buddy. Love you, buddy. Later. Alright. Matt Boone is out of here. I'm going to stick around, answer the rapid fire questions for a couple more minutes. I'll stick around. We're still here. Stream's not down, is it? Nah, we're still up. We're good to go. Thanks to everybody that came out tonight. I know there's some rapid fire questions, and you guys submitted them, so I'm going to answer them. Plus, SmackDown's on a 1-hour delay tonight. Ali Adair, how do you think TNA will handle the whole suicide thing? To be honest with you, man, what they did last week on Impact, right, where Hogan comes out and he wants to know who's behind the suicide, right? Austin Aries winds up revealing the mask. I mean, people under the mask, WWE, I guess, did it with Kane, too, right? They eventually wound up taking off the mask. I just don't like that idea, man. If you've got a guy with a gimmick, you know what I mean? Keep the gimmick, man. If it's a mask gimmick, make him a mask gimmick. It's like Rey Mysterio, man. He's had the mask for years and years and years. They've never unmasked him. Keep it that way. I know WCW back in the day was unmasked for a little bit, but I don't know. If you're a guy working under a mask, you know, keep that gimmick, man. Don't, you know, fuck it up. And I just don't like what they did with suicide. Will they do the whole he never existed like Glenn Jacobs, DDR, Kane, the doctor there, the doctor gimmick that Kane played? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, there's probably going to be some backstage segments, you know, that are going to air that the segments backstage often don't air. The pre-tape segments often don't air. They insert them later in post-production. So we'll have to wait and see what happens over the next couple of weeks. I mean, the next 2 weeks are taped. Thursday night's July 4th. So they've already taped that show, and then the following week they've already taped that one too. Spoilers are on the main websites. I'd have to go back and look to see what was taped. I can't remember it all off the top of my head right now. Kelly, what's up, man?
Hey, what's happening? One quick question: with Bobby Lashley frankly fighting nobody and winning, how much farther do you think it is before he fights a true challenger in MMA and gets beaten and comes back to wrestling?
They're building him up, you know what I mean? That's what happens with guys that are in MMA that they see potential in. They'll make him defeat a bunch of jobbers, right? And then eventually they'll build up his record. Alrighty, for those that are still here, give me 1 second. I'll let you guys tune back in. I think basically, you know, I maxed out my router, but we'll see if this works. We'll give it a couple minutes. We'll wait for everybody to come back, and we'll see if we can't get back on here. Alright, so let me know. You guys in the chat room, let me know if you can hear. And I'm going to finish up the rapid fire questions for you guys. Basically, like I said, guys, I maxed out my cable internet box. Sometimes, you know, it only allows a certain amount of bandwidth, and we played a lot of music throughout the show. You know what I mean? Tonight, more than we normally do. So that eats up a lot of buffering. So it's bandwidth, but we're back up. I rebooted the router, and we should be able to finish this thing up. If I do go out again, we'll just kind of end the show, and then I'll see you guys next Tuesday night. But I do want to finish up the rapid fire segment for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys submitted questions, but that's my bad. I got to remember next week that I can't play so much music during the live show. But for right now, we're up, and let me know. If you guys want to call up, you can do so. It's 518-712-3070. I know a lot of people probably tuned out. We're way past 10 o'clock. You know, we're 10 minutes past the hour, so people are probably thinking the show's over anyways. But we're still here. I'm going to finish up rapid fire, and then we'll get out of here. Like I said, SmackDown's on a 1 hour delay tonight, so it's going to be kind of a late night anyways. You know what I mean, guys? So bear with me. Here we go. We'll get back into rapid fire. We left off with Anthony Remy. Ryan, where do you think Dwight Howard might land? I heard rumors about the Lakers on SportsCenter, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then he asked me who I would marry, kill, or fuck, right? AJ Lee, Selena Gomez, or Miley Cyrus. I would kill Miley Cyrus. I would marry AJ, and I would fuck Selena Gomez. Sounds about right, right? You gotta kill Miley Cyrus, dude. I can deal with the attitude and everything else, you know? But you have to kill her off, and then I'd fuck Selena, and I'd marry AJ, just because if you marry AJ, you can do her anytime you want, right? So, why not? You guys still here? Are we good? Everybody in the chat room? Let's see. Alright, no joke. Hey! Reggie! What are you doing, buddy? Alright, so let's see. Stop! You guys hear Reggie in the background there? Alright, Jose Espinoza, when will Samurai del Sol debut? It's an interesting question, man. He, I don't think he's either just reported to developmental or he's going to be reporting to developmental. So I think he's got a long way to go before he's called up WWE. I know he's a great indie worker, but he's got to go down to developmental first, impress WWE, impress Triple H, who's in charge down there, and then eventually he's going to be called up to the main roster. But I don't think you're going to see him anytime soon on the main roster. Daniel Landgren, can I call in or do the Turtle Man live action call? You can call up 518-712-3070. Ali Adair, please never sing again. Am I bad? Is it that bad, dude? Come on. Actually, you're right, dude. I definitely shouldn't sing. Coulter, Cool Dip Man, Visser versus Mark Henry for 30 minutes or Mike Adamle 20-minute promo. Which would you rather see? Oh my god, dude. Viscera versus Mark Henry, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour over a Mike Adamle promo. Come on, bro. I'd much rather see a wrestling match than Mike Adamle. Oh man. Come on. Plus, Viscera's my buddy, man. He's a good friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in a month or two, but the last I heard, he was losing a lot of weight, and he was doing good. So he doesn't do radio appearances. He doesn't do media, so I can't get him on here. It's just not something that he does. So call you live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, this is Daniel. I was wondering if I could do my little.
What do you got? What do you got for me? What are you gonna do? A turtle call?
Yeah. Do you ever see that guy on the? I don't know. He's like this show on like Discovery Channel. He does this like weird call. I saw it on the race this weekend.
All right. Let me hear it.
All right. I'm gonna try my best. It's like, yee! Live action.
Yee! Live action.
Yeah, like that.
What the fuck? Alright, thanks, dude. What? That's how you call turtles? Yee! Yee! What? Did the turtles really come? Yee! Live action. If I go outside and I do it, is the turtle gonna pop up? Is that what you're telling me? After the show's over, I'll go out in the steps and yee! Live action! And then you're telling me a turtle, if one's around, is supposed to come up. What the fuck? Alright, AJ Clark. You see Bellator and TNA wrestlers Rampage Jackson and King Mo as a tag team in TNA. They were talking about it, man, a couple of weeks ago, you know. They don't get along in real life. They never have. They don't like each other. King Mo came out and said, he's never been a fan of Rampage. Rampage has never been a fan of his. They've got conflicting personalities. But never say never. You know, pro wrestling's a lot different than MMA. But if they can't get along in real life, then, may not happen, but both of them are under contract with Bellator and TNA, so never say never. You're going to see something between King Mo and Rampage and TNA anyways. No doubt about it. 2 MMA fighters in TNA. There'll be some sort of angle in the future. Vincent Nugent. Ryan, what's going on with the whole situation between Jay and Mark of the Briscoe brothers, and what's their status with Ring of Honor at this time? It's a good question, man. We put it up on the websites. I think this is my personal opinion is they're just simply taking a break. They've sent out feelers to WWE. WWE, as of right now, is just simply not interested in the Briscoes. And I know it sounds crazy because they're a great tag team, but the company's not interested in either of them right now. So, they're going to take a break, and if during this break, if WWE does wind up contacting them and says, hey, we want to, they've had tryouts in the past for WWE, and WWE's never followed up on it, so they've never really been offered a job, but they're on an extended break from Ring of Honor. If WWE does contact them, they're going to wind up taking the WWE deal. As of right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, they're probably going to be back in Ring of Honor sooner than later, But like I said, if WWE comes calling, they're going to take them up on that deal. Ali Adair, Sting will get buried in WWE. Like you say, he represents competition, and WWE loves to look all powerful, so they'll shit on the guy. I don't think that applies to Sting. A smaller guy that went over to TNA comes into WWE, they're probably going to shit on him. You're right, no doubt. But a guy like Sting, I don't think so, man. They know that Sting is a big enough name. There's some big matches that people would look forward to seeing. So that really doesn't apply to Sting. Wow, I refreshed the rapid fire segment. Holy hell. Let's see. There's a lot of you guys responding to each other when the stream went out, but I'll see what I can find here. Vincent Nugent again. If you guys watched HBO boxing this past Saturday night, I did. I thought I didn't think any of the fights were that good. And it was a bunch of no-name guys too. There wasn't really any big names, but it was a full card. They had 3 or 4 fights on there, but I don't know. I wasn't impressed with boxing on HBO this weekend. Let's see here. Anything else? Daniel Landgren. This is my first time listening, and this stuff is awesome. I just need to get on the main chat room. I was on the Justin.tv one. Yeah, man. Thanks for checking us out. We're here every Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time, WZROnline.com/chat. That's where you can get to the main chat room. It's the one that everybody comes to every week. WZROnline.com/chat. It's every Tuesday night. It's 8 to 10 Eastern Time. It's awesome, man. We have a good time, man. We're uncensored. Anything goes, kind of shoot the shit. Whatever, man. No rules. Just kind of do it. That's it. Check out pwsforums.com. Sorry for the stream issues at the end, guys. Like I said, it was a buffering issue. And we got it fixed. I know we lost a lot of people. Yee! Come action. What was it? Yee! Come action or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. What do you gotta be doing? Yee! Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. Next Tuesday night, guys, is Matt Boone's birthday. So show the dude some love, you know what I mean? He appreciates you guys, trust me, man. I talked to him off air, and he's amazed, man. He doesn't, we're a big radio show, and he tells me all the time, dude, I don't know why these people come and listen to me and you. And I tell him, I don't know why either, man, but every Tuesday night you guys seem to come, and he loves you guys, man. So next Tuesday night, man, it's his birthday. He's probably going to come up with excuse after excuse after excuse not to be here next Tuesday night, but I'm going to get him on here. You know he's going to be shit-faced. You know he's going to be drunk. It's going to be tough for me to deal with. Plus, it's his birthday, so I got to kind of suck up to him and put him over and not play Jeopardy themes and everything else next week. You know what I mean? It's his birthday. It's his birthday. So, listen, man, make sure all you guys are here if you can. If you're free next Tuesday night, make it a good one. Fill up the chat room if you're still listening. If you don't come into the chat, wish him a happy birthday. I'm going to have to come up with something. We'll get some birthday songs, or I'll think of a bunch of stuff throughout the week, but we'll make it a good one for him, because he's 29, man. This is it. After this, he's in his 30s. You know what I mean? So out of the 20s and into the 30s after this one. So make it a good one for him, and that'll do it, man. Next Tuesday night, we'll be back. What are we gonna play to go off air here? Got some WWE themes here. I don't know. I got one more. You know what? Sonny, Tammy sent me this, and listen. I hate country music. I can't stand it, right? I can't stand it. But she's got a new boyfriend, right? Like I told you guys about earlier. And she put this link up on YouTube last night. And she's telling me, and I told her, I said, yo, you got to take this new boyfriend, you got to take it slow. You know what I mean? Don't rush into it. Take it slow. See how it goes. Have control. Don't get yourself caught up in all the bullshit that you had with this last guy. And she says, that's what I'm doing. And then she puts a link up last night to the song that I'm about to play, and it's all about I'm starting to fall in love with you, and I don't know how to say it. So I sent her a tweet, and I'm like, yo, I told you, take it slow. You're already falling for this dude. You know what I mean? So